Welcome to round 4 of a GT4 championship hosted by Apex Online in Assetto Corsa Competizione. This next round will be taking place at the Hungaroring, and there will be a night race, so it's going to be quite a challenging event for our drivers, because not only is the track going to be dark, but going to be cold as well. But before we move on to that, let's have a brief recap on the previous round at Brands Hatch. Daniel Fernandez qualified in pole to repeat his feat of the previous round, where he also qualified on pole, and from a drop of the flag, Danny led from the front and slowly moved away from the chasing pack. Jean-Paul Ribeiro, who qualified in third, quickly moved up into second place. Jean-Paul now second in the championship, but very quickly on the first lap, Jean-Paul slipped a long way back, 4 cars overtaking him there, and I think Zapata there in the green and white Mercedes just behind him, I think he may have got through as well, and possibly Eden Majerski in the lack of a team name McLaren, switching to McLaren for this event, as they were no longer able to use the Chevy. The Chevy having a bit of a bug within ACC and not able to swap drivers. However, following his early mishap on the opening lap, Jean-Paul Ribeiro slowly climbed his way forward. First of all, taking out the Ginetta of Sims and O'Connell, which went off track. Looked to have a little bit of a glitch there as well. But Ribeiro moved through. Then a few laps later, coming up on the McLaren of Majerski of lack of a team name. Loses the rear end going through Druids, ends up on the grass, and Ribeiro moves through to claim another place. But he was unable to catch Fernandez, who wins another round of the GT4 Championship, making it 2 on the trot, putting him in a strong position within the overall championship, moving into the next round, taking place at the Hungaroring. Jean-Paul Ribeiro in the end finishing in 3rd place, but not bad in terms of result for him and getting points on the board. So with that victory, Daniel Fernandez remains in 1st place on the Drivers' Championship with 218 points. Jean-Paul Ribeiro managed to get back to 3rd place, not a bad result, so he remains in 2nd place on the Drivers' Championship. And there's no changes for 3rd and 4th place, with Bird of BRD and Igor and Majerski of lack of a team name in 3rd and 4th respectively. Zapata moved up into 5th from 8th as a result of his good finish in 4th. 6th place is unchanged for O'Connell and Sims of BRT in the Ginetta. Sazu, who was in 5th going into this round, slips into 7th place of V8 Racing in the Chevy. Penfold also slips back 1 place into 8th place, Pensport GT in the McLaren. And Cowie and Voodoo exchange places, Cowie moving up from 10th to 9th of Revo Sports GB, and Voodoo and Andreas and slipping back 1 place into Performance Audi into 10th. In the Manufacturers' Championship, as a result of round 3 at Brands Hatch, the lead 3 manufacturers are unchanged, with Chevy in 1st place, Porsche in 2nd and Aston Martin in 3rd. There was an exchange of places for 4th and 5th, with BMW moving into 4th and pushing Ginetta down into 5th. McLaren were unmoved, however Mercedes managed to recover a position over Audi. And at the bottom of the table was a very good result for KTM, with a 2nd place for Matthew Hill, bringing in a big haul of points, so they move above Alpine, who remain at the bottom of the table. So let's move on to the main event, qualifying, followed straight away by the 90-minute race at the Hungaroring. Well, hello there. So we're into qualifying.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
All right, Stevie, you've got half your fuel left.
We've had a number of server resets, and the last one resulted in rain being predicted in the practice session.
15 minutes to go.
Not that we're ever going to get there, because it was only a few minutes before the actual session was due to start, but that's made the track green for qualifying, so it's far more tricky than I was used to in practice. I've been practicing on a fast track for quali.
The guy ahead has just posted a 156.82.
It's not good. Let's go to the pits. So it's a little bit tricky for qualifying. And come on, start the engine. Get out ahead of them. Big group coming. I want to get out before they get through.
Stay away from curbs.
Exit's clear. Push.
Got a good 20 seconds clear.
He gets away beautifully. A perfect pit stop.
So I've got a very slippy track, but I know somebody just did a 153, which is really fast. We're getting 55s.
The leader has just done a 154.64.
That's a bit odd. A 154 sounds more normal. We'll find out soon, I guess. We'll have a look at the timing boards when I'm in the pits. Try and get a half decent lap in at the moment. Like I said, we're getting 55s in practice, but that was on a fast track. Now Eugene in the Alpine was really pleased because he was getting a 54 again on a fast track.
Yellow flag.
I don't know that I've not put enough practice in today because I was doing other stuff, but I seem to have slightly gone off the pace. So hopefully I'll be able to get it together in the time we've got for qualifying. Well, the race will be an interesting one. I'm on my own tonight. My teammate can't make it. He's not feeling so good. So unlike last week's cock-up, when I'm in the car all the way through, it will actually be deliberate.
P13.
Our first objective, I think, is to get into 56s. There was a 40% chance of some rain during this race. The car's just not gripping up very well.
We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Front tyre pressures are a bit high. I decided to close up the brake ducts to try and get the tyres warmer. Looks like that might have been a bad decision. So next time we go in the pits, we'll open them back out again. Car just feels slow.
P15.
The bottom at the
Sector 3
moment.
is 1.2 seconds.
Unfortunately,
Full
he's
lap,
not as fast as his best intermediate.
Okay, Stevie, we're running on fumes, mate. In this lap, box this lap.
We've actually got enough fuel for 2 laps. So we're going to press
The
on.
leader's just done a 154.44. 10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
So that seems to be about pole, where we expected about
Car in front
154.
has just posted a 157.03.
I know we can go quicker than this, just need to get our act together.
Sector 1 is 0.5.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
It's getting very frustrating. Let's go settle. Alter them brake ducts. Okay, I don't know what's happened with YouTube, but the chat window's disappeared. That's a new one. YouTube's been improved, and I don't know what's happened to it. So sorry if anybody chats to me. I do apologise. I can't see it.
The guy behind has just done a 158.25.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. White flag, mate.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
Seems every time I try and live stream, something happens that really throws me off. So now we
Flag in sector 3.
vanish. The chat window has vanished. God's sake, can I grip?
The guy behind has just done a 157.40.
Somebody slower than me. Crikey. Right. Famous last words. Let's try and make this one work.
Sector 1 is 0.5.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
New fastest lap for Fernandez, 154.43. Okay, Stevie, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far.
0.9.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Five minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Oh, this is not good. What is going on?
Losing time in sector 2.
Yellow flag. Very little fuel left. In this lap. Box this lap. Sector 1 is 0.8.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
That's a new fastest lap for Fernandez, 154.10.
Oh, I'm still not up on time. Come on.
White flag.
This is rubbish. Just going exactly at the same time every lap. Jesus. I don't think we're going to do very well this week. There's loads of traffic coming too. Just going to have to go and try and fit in, otherwise I won't get a lap in.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Straight off on the green light. He's got a lot of work to do to gain back that lost time.
This is what you call a frustrating quality session. Cars just sliding everywhere. I know the tyres are cold, but well, there's usually a lot of incidents at Hungary, so maybe we're better keeping out of the way. This is it. This next one will be the last chance.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
Assuming whoever that was, they must have had no more fuel left for another crash.
18th.
Not making a very great impression on my lap time.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
Eugene overcooked it for the chicane. Don't think he'll be disappointed. I think I saw him with a 54 up there. He'll be quite pleased with that. So maybe it was a nothing to lose lap. Still not up on time. Jesus. Well, I'm a 10th down in the last couple of corners, so it's really disappointing quality. Virtually nothing, 0.02.
That's the end of the session. P19.
Yeah, somebody was using chatting quality, which was pretty poor. Guess maybe a new driver was only just ahead of me. That was crap, for want of a better description. What have you done?
Alright,
Stream's live, but I can't see any chat window. I love it when YouTube improve things and you have no idea what we're doing. Enable live chat. Well, where is it? I'm sorry if anybody's chatting to me, but I don't know what YouTube's done. They've hidden it. Well, that was really disappointing. Great, and it's raining as well. It's pissing down. Right, let's load the wet setup. Couldn't get any worse this race. Oh dear, Jean-Paul Ribeiro, who's currently second in the championship, did not do his homework. He didn't realise it was a nighttime race, and he didn't realise... Well, maybe he knew it might rain. Let's go and deal with that. Dishwasher suddenly started beeping. Life is just trying to send me frustrations tonight. I have to do it the hard way. If I get YouTube on the tablet, if somebody chats to me, at least I'll have a chance of seeing it. Thanks YouTube for taking, you know, chat away. That really works well. So there's no cable inside. Probably will be. I think this could be a frustrating race. It's going to be difficult for everybody in the rain. Okay, wet setup is in. Okay. I have joined. Damp. It says the track's damp. Oh, I don't know what to do. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go for the dry setup. I'll put the pressures up. Yeah, this is just guesswork. I hate them to do this. Absolute and utter guess. No idea what's going to happen. So it says the track's damp, so it isn't bad enough. Thanks, Bernard. But those pressures will either be too low or too high or something. I'm not going to wet setup on this configuration. It's going to get worse in a bit. This is like a nightmare. Let's put that to wets now. Put that. Easy to do this now. Tell me to put my lights on then. The lights are on. Right. This is just going to be carnage. Very much down to setup guessing. I'm glad I put the tablet on, Bernard, because YouTube's been improved. I can't see the chat in the browser. Thanks, YouTube. They look like wets in front of me, to my uneducated eye. Look like they had grooves. Shame it doesn't tell you what tyres others are on. I think I'm going to end up driving around with pretty low pressure tyres for a while. Where's Morphy when you need him to throw him in the car? I guess the upside is if it's damp, there'll be a dry line pretty quick, and then I'll be over pressure. I've had a more chaotic start to a race for a while. I don't know where it is. Every time I come to the Hungaroring, the weather's bad.
Focus.
T1's going to be entertaining. That's why. Morrison got a drive-through penalty for some sort of incident, I think, possibly the last round, I'm not certain. But he did do a quality time because he has to do a drive-through, so...
Go.
Love it. As the race starts, my engineer says wet tyres are optimum. It's no good now, is it? I don't think they are optimum, to be honest. Well, so far this looks pretty good, actually. Well done, everybody. Showing their experience into turn one there.
Left side. Clear left. Okay, Okay, Stevie, decent start. We can build something from here.
Oh, somewhere off to the left.
Got some light.
Car left, you're in the middle, 3 wide. Car left,
Whoa, what was
clear
that?
left.
Let's look at that one on replay. I look like somebody bad
I
rejoin.
think P6 has binned it in. Turn 4, clear right.
Say that was a bad rejoin. Could have been a bounce off the barriers. I've had that
Locking your
before.
rears into turn 4.
It's like pinball in there. We bounce off the barriers and come back on the track. I don't think there was much I could do about it. Shabies, I've lost the pack to give me a guide on pace. 6 seconds up to motor.
Car left.
Clear on the left.
Hold your line, clear left.
I know Zapata's quite quick, finished 4th last week, so no point in trying to fight him too much. Really interested to see what the tyres do. The pressure's come up.
14th.
Looking okay, just looking cold.
Incident in turn 1. Looks like it's Wilson. There's a white flag.
I always forget that. Let's turn up TC and ABS a little. Unfortunately, Bernard, the carnage got me rather than able to pick my way through. Hungaroring's tricky though. 90 minutes is a long time for somebody to not make a big mistake, go off, including me. But we're already in P14, I guess. Seems to be every time we have a race in this GT4 class, me and Morphy finish around 14th, 15th, so be about right. God, oh my, come on, car. Traction's not good.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
There's an incident in turn 14. It looks like
What are you doing, Wilson? Jesus. I think that one might have to get reported, that. Reversing right across the track in front of somebody. Come on. So an incredibly slow 207. Mind you, I was trying to avoid all sorts of craziness. IMSA racing behind me. It's Andreas who's driving, not Voodoo. Oh, Andreas. Didn't anticipate how much you'd have to brake to get around that corner.
the gap behind's increased to 1.6.
pressure of the tyres is not too bad. Actually within range for a GT4.
Turn 14. White flag. Fastest lap for Fernandez, 201.72.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Okay, so we're heading for a 204
Alright,
at the
Stevie,
moment.
the next car is Zapata.
So 3 seconds off the pace, which is a million miles really, but
Incident in turn 14.
I'll probably take it.
I think it might be Ribeiro.
Dukes is in the pits. Zapata did a 3, I did a 4.
Fastest lap.
I'm never sure it's going to stop for that corner.
There's an incident in turn 2. It looks like Hill. Yellow flag. There's a white flag.
Even with triple screens, I had trouble seeing him then. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that. I'm worried because twice Anne's sort of gone off behind me, really closing up, but I don't know, maybe he's over anticipating his own grip or his own wets. But if it was wet, I'd have thought it'd have swept past me by now. And Hill's gone off. Oh, he's really hard work. Saw Hill go off behind me.
The gap
That's
to
his second off in
Zapata
one lap.
ahead is increasing. It's now 7.1.
Oh wow, 7 seconds to Zapata.
New fastest lap for Fernandez, 201.08. Fernandez.
Has the lead.
There's a surprise. I think Fernandez is maybe too fast for this tier. If he keeps it up, that'll be 3 first places on the trot.
P11.
Ribeiro's in the pits, so this is a big changeover for the championship because Ribeiro is second, he's already a lap down and in the pits. So will he still be second, I guess is the question. Zapata in front of me was 5th, wasn't he? Because of the new features on YouTube, Bernard, I don't know if you were there to begin with, but Morphy's not joining me tonight. It's just me you're stuck with.
Okay, Stevie, our fuel window will open after 33 minutes and closes at about 1 hour, 2 minutes.
He's coming up from behind now.
1.6 seconds.
Losing a lot of time this lap somehow. Better sounded like Jensen Button before. What's he doing? Oh, come on, you can make the corner. You'll go goggly-eyed Bernard watching two different streams at once.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Car right.
Car on the right.
Still there. Still there.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Still there.
Clear on the right.
Hold your line. He's still there. Clear right.
Car on the right.
Clear
Clear
right.
on the right.
Come on, Stevie. Don't let him get away.
Away Hill drifted off that corner then. He's having as much a foot of time as everybody else. Must be on slicks like us.
Car on the right.
On your right. Clear right. Car right. Right side's clear.
It's like Ribeiro's back out on track. Maybe there was a lot of damage in the pits. But probably not worth keeping going in these conditions because anything could happen. So lap down at the moment, but could end up back in it. Ideally, I'll keep in contact with these two. Just not sure it's going to be possible though. Especially if I do that, stay off that curb. That's a big gap that's opened up now. $10 seconds of repairs. Not sure it's worth getting them done. Track's still damp, so I should be fine on slicks really. Or isn't.
Right side.
Definitely want to be holding up Ribeiro.
Right side's clear.
He's a much quicker driver.
gap in front has increased to 5.9 seconds.
Okay, so we got heavy rain in 10 minutes, apparently. Or medium rain. Can't decide whether to pit and put wets on. I'm getting nowhere at the moment. Really wish the game would tell you what tyres other cars are on. Because if Ribeiro's on wets, I mean, I know he's a quick driver, but he did a 202. But he could just as easily be on slicks, just driving better than me. Lamborghini, eh, Bernard? You are a brave soul. Lamborghini is supposed to be as tricky as the Audi. At the moment, I'm entered in Godzilla Nissan GTR, but Nins keeps pestering me that if we're in the same tier, switch back to the McLaren. So he wants to be my teammate again. Fool. What a fool. Did he not learn from the first time? I'm going to find out till Sunday though which tier we're in. I know, I saw on Discord there's 250 drivers in. Should make 7 tiers. I know there were 330 who did times. Bit of 205. So there's the. Normally I do laps. That's not going to work. That's going to hurt. Shit. That's our race over.
Okay, Stevie, you had some minor aero damage. Stay out, it's not that bad.
Car's buggered, man. Steering won't go straight. That's good. Straight after the pits as well. So I got significant major damage. Meatball flag. 1 minute 13 to do repairs, including the pit stop.
The gap behind has now decreased to 10 seconds. They're
Surprise.
faster than us into the chicane.
Oh, just didn't stop. Don't read Bernard's chat. I read Bernard's chat when I'm in the pits. Can't believe Cowie didn't catch me.
Just entered the pit lane to make a stop.
Okay, Stevie, you'll be coming out into traffic. We should come out into position 15.
This race, Bernard, this is a 90-minute race for both tiers. It's 90 minutes for the GT4s. Our race is pretty much over, I think, with that crash. I guess finishing, a lot of people might not finish in these conditions if they go. No, don't put dries on. Oh no, it's put dries on. That means we'll have to pit again. Oh, what a waste of my time. Yeah, can't change anything on the pit stop setup. Pressures are too low as well. There's the heavy rain. 10 minutes. Oh, it's starting now actually. So we'll have to go out and come back in again and put wets on. Just gonna write this race off completely. Races like this, you just wish you didn't bother.
Let's go, 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 go. Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
Absolute clockwork precision from the pit crew.
What a waste of bloody time.
The car ahead is Ribeiro.
I think the pressures are wrong, I think. Trying to have bloody fuel.
The gap to Ribeiro ahead is increasing. It's now 16 seconds.
Well, I may as well go on these for a little while, see how we do. I think the pressure's going to be waiting for 23. Now let's pit in. Let's just get the wets on and get it done. Absolute disaster of a race.
Okay, Stevie, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
He'll be very aware that races can be won or lost in the pit lane. He's coming in for fuel and a fresh set of tyres.
Expect traffic on exit. When we exit the pits,
The
we
rain's
should be
supposed
in
to get worse,
P18,
Bernard.
Right with Morrison and Bird.
I started in season 3 of AOR. I've only done offline racing prior to then. I only got a PC last year in the summer. track's wet now. Did a bit of racing on the Xbox prior to doing this. Just the F1 game, really. Had about 100 odd hours in Forza 7, but I don't think that really... not a very authentic driving game. Good fun. Right, utter disaster of a race.
Car approaching, watch your mirrors, blue flag.
Watch out.
So any potential advantage here is gone. Nobody will be onto wets now. Let's see what the pressures do, really. If I was a betting person, I'd say they'd go too high.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
And that'll be our biggest problem going forward, is constantly having to get out of the way, costing us time.
The car behind's pitting now.
Somehow we're not last already.
The blue flag is being waved.
Car right. Clear right.
I've got to make up 2 more places to end up in our usual 15.
P17.
Trouble is, there could be a lap to P16. I'll have a look in a sec.
The car behind's pitting.
Montero in the BMW. I'm going to try and catch 26 seconds. Yeah, those pressures are going a bit high, over 30. Looking a bit balloon-like. I'm keeping pace with Deutsch, she's probably on slicks.
The car behind is pitting.
Car behind is clearly having some issues. Is it retired? Sure, he said it's pitted now about 3 times. Let's try and stay off those curbs. Bit of a drift in there for you. Yeah, Deutsch is 4 laps down or something. I don't think he's in the race anymore. Oh, wait a minute, it makes no sense. Dukes. Dukes is 4 laps down. Not Deutsch. Deutsch is in front of us. I did a bit of practice for this. I may as well have not bothered. Didn't really practice for these conditions. Better set for very briefly.
Alright Stevie, the next car is Montero.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
There's an incident in turn 5. It looks like it's Hill.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Sadly, I don't think that'll cost Hill enough time. It was onto the grass as well, so no damage.
The blue flag is being waved.
Gaining on the car ahead is 53. Well done, mate. That's all the best.
We're doing PBs at last.
On your right. Right side's clear.
.11 seconds to the next car behind me, so should be okay for a while, hopefully. Everybody in front of me has got to pit, so maybe we're about half a lap down. Hard to tell. Minute's such a long time, I could be 2 laps down. Overcook it as well into there. Lap times are still erratic, 2:06 last time. I don't even think letting Husjack through just in front was a big factor in that. Just up and down, it's really weird. Track limits. Give him a stop go, 30 seconds. Oh, we're up. Be amazed at how much you can cut that chicane and get away with it. Especially in the GT4.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
White flag, mate.
A little bit naughty rejoin there.
Car right.
That's a blue flag.
Clear right.
We were looking for a better lap time there, but went away. Hill's in the pits. That gives you an idea there. Hill was in the pits in 14th place and he's still ahead of us.
Okay, Stevie, we're getting proper rain now. Looks like it's getting harder.
Looks like this weather's going to be in to the end of the race to me. It's only a guess. You can only see 30 minutes in advance, but it's heavy rain all the way.
Gaining on the driver ahead.
B16.
20 seconds now to Montero. That's still one hell of a gap. Shows Montero's done a pit stop. I was wondering if they did it too early. Maybe they might need to pit again for fuel. Did it in the first couple of laps. Never get to the end. Oh, hoping Hosjak was going for the pits then, but nope. Nearly at the halfway point, so there might be a few in the pits. soon. It's not a strategic move to stay out.
The gap to
Rains
Montero ahead is now 19 seconds.
another second out of him. Tyre pressures look to have settled down now the weather's got worse, which is good. Just above 30. I'm not too sure actually for GT4s if that's the right pressure or if it's 29, but we'll go with it being okay. Tyres only look slightly overinflated. Continuously get disorientated with this track. I don't know where I am. It's weird. Not such a clever lap, this one. Half a second down at least.
Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3.
Not enough though, I bet.
The gap to Montero in front is now 18 seconds.
And they lost it completely then. Got away with only losing 1 second.
Okay, Stevie, you're halfway home. Your fuel is fine.
Cooked it again. That was a close thing. Let Zapata get really close now though. At least he could steer it out of trouble that time with the wets on. Too slowly, gaining too slowly. coming back to Huzak quite quick though. Maybe he had a moment of his own. That's told me something actually. Closed up with Huzak really quickly. I think he needs to pit.
Left side, blue flag, clear left.
He had some sort of problem. There's 1 and a bit seconds between us instantly.
Losing to the car ahead is sector 1.
Yeah, Hujak's into the pits. Possibly he's judged his fuel. I can't see it. Yeah. Right. Bit of clear track. See if we can get our foot down a little bit. And crash. Zapata closing in. Ideally, we don't want to get him in front of us as well.
Sixteenth place.
Damn it, Zapata's doing a 4, I'm doing a 5. Turn on those ABS brakes. Won't be enough to help us, but Uzjak sped in the pit lanes, got a 30-second drive, stop go. Dukes is actually starting track, just 16 seconds ahead of us, but he's a lap down, so having a worse night than me. Crew chief's being quiet, nothing about the leaders. Jack's in the pit, must be serving his penalty, but he's still so far down after the lengthy repairs. It's spoiled his race, but won't impact on ours, I don't think. It's better. ABS turned up a bit more. Zapata's pitted, thankfully. "13 seconds to Dukes." I'm sure that was more a minute ago. See Martinez in the Porsche is in his usual spot in 9th. He seems to like hanging out there. There every week.
Has the lead.
Fernandez is pitting.
Not surprised, Fernandez was in the lead. I think when we saw Ribeiro, it struggled. Yes, Ribeiro's in 11th, so there's only 2 rounds to go after this. It's going to be very difficult to dislodge Fernandez from winning this GT4 championship. But I'm afraid our poor efforts are not helping Fernandez get the Manufacturers' Championship, because we're in 3rd in Aston Martin. Zero's in sight with 22 seconds. No, Dukes is holding us 14 seconds. Stop sliding and start going forwards. Isn't fast enough. Morrison's in the pits, so I think we're going to get P15. Got 15 seconds over him. Just need to be able to keep the same pace. Not go Montero's 24 seconds, he's pulling away, so turn traction control down a little bit. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more speed out of the car and not pull it back with traction control being on. Got the wheel set so the flag lights flash red if I get wheel spin, so I'll be able to see a little bit of wheel spin, but only in low gears. 2 seconds down this lap on my best. What's going on with Morrison, but he's still in the pits. Now he's a lap down. Kind of looks like
15th place.
capitulation. Dukes is out on the track, but Haley's also in the pits. In the KTM and a lap down. So I think we're good at 15th now, which is our normal traditional finishing position. I think we're gaining places by people giving up. Probably not enjoying the conditions, seeing themselves slip down the field perhaps. And not prepared to carry on. See if we can. Montero's still dangling 23 seconds away. Pressures are working out okay.
There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be Morrison.
That's very strange. Montero, 21, 22, still about the same.
Morrison behind is pitting.
Got the leader, Fernandez, closing in on me, 11 seconds away. I assume he's going to be going quicker than me, because I think they're a much higher tier, and once them come through, start getting blue flags, that'll be quite disruptive. Doing that sort of antics won't help. 30 minutes to try and make something of this. We're getting the car to grip. I think Martinez is a long way up now.
Time to the car in front in sector 2.
Losing time. 23 seconds. Oh, it's just gone bad to worse. Come on, get on the track. Definitely not going to make time up like that. Morrison has ventured it back out on track again. Morrison just ahead of us. Oh, I saved it. That was no good. That was really we're not going to make any impression on anybody, I don't think.
That's a blue flag.
Car right. Right side's clear. On your left. Clear left.
Fernandez doesn't have it all his own way this week. It's only a 2.4 second lead over O'Connell at the moment. Seeing as I'm right behind him. Fernandez, that is. Terrible lap for me, lost 4 seconds.
P15.
So leader's doing 203s, I'm doing a 207. Fernandez must have had his heart in his mouth going past me, I guess, because the gap's not very big.
That's the blues. He'll have to pull over now.
Car right. Still there, clear right.
Still think the Ginetta's a good car. My team elected not to go with it for Suzuka Endurance, but we had a look at it.
Right side, clear right.
It's right-hand drive, which means for Suzuka it's actually got a lot of right-hand turns, which meant you were right on top of the curb from the driver's position. So I found I was really accurate going around Suzuka in the Ginetta. Everybody thought that the rev limiter would come into play on the back straight. It runs into the rev limiter quite quick, but I think it handled really nicely. So got past Morrison there by following through on O'Connell. But Morrison was a lap down. I don't know. I think he was in the pits for a very long time. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he was carrying a lot of damage for a long time and
Minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left.
don't think anything's going to change in this race. I seem to be falling backwards from Dukes. That's a complete spin. Definitely not going to be making any impressions on anybody in front. And Paul Ribeiro behind us in the Porsche in 9th place, losing points this week. The wind simulators decided to wake up. Heavy rain all the way to the end of a race, or light rain, or medium rain, whatever it is. It's medium rain. Heavy rain's got a lightning bolt, hasn't it? Connell 7 seconds away now after my little spin.
Blue flag.
Wow, Ribeiro really closed up then. And fell back. Strange.
On your right. Right side's clear. and track temps are falling. Air temperature is now 16. The track temp is now 16 Celsius.
Wondered why my tyres were going down in pressure. I think we just settled in really. Yeah, gap in front of us is now very big. 15 minutes to go. A little bit of a gap now to Ribeiro, but it was actually quite close to be close behind him. Because I know what's going on, the spray just seems to be getting a bit worse all of a sudden. It's really hanging in the air. Not sure how well that comes out on YouTube, but it's Ribeiro's throwing spray up and it's just hanging there. Close behind him, it's quite difficult to see.
Okay, Stevie, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
It's now 40 seconds to Montero. Plus 20 seconds. So unless he drives it backwards into the wall, it's not going to happen.
You've used half your fuel.
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 2.
No. It's just not happening tonight. 15th is where we're going to be. Like Bird's in third. I can't recall how close the points were between Ribeiro in second on the championship and Bird. Ribeiro down in ninth. Bird might well move into second. I might well go off the track. Minutes to go. I'll be glad when this one's over. Not been fun. Clonked on the opening lap by traffic. I don't know, somebody either bouncing back on the track or being a bit crazy. And then I slid off on my own steam, smashed the car to bits. And that was it, really. That was it was all over at that point. More about actually just getting to the finish, really, rather than a good driving performance. Those behind us, I think, have had a worse time than me. There's 5-6 more laps to go, I reckon. We're doing over 2 minutes, aren't we? Not much fun. Got the pressures right in the end with the cooling track. Look like bang on. That's interesting. Engine light's gone yellow.
All right, Stevie, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Come on, let's put this hard work to good use.
You're going to tell me I've got opportunities? Crew chief normally likes to tell you in 10 minutes to go you've got opportunities to make something, and the closest guy is like a minute away. Turn. There's the mountains of time. Oh dear. God, the car's just not gripping, come on. Bird's head's dropped a little. I'm sure he was within 15 seconds and now he's 20 seconds away. Grip just seems to have just left his car completely. Wouldn't go around the hairpin there at the end of the start finish straight and wouldn't stop at the end of the start finish straight. Now Bird's close. Tyres just seem to have suddenly gone. 7 minutes to go. Should be able to get it back. Car's even feeling loose under acceleration. Don't know, maybe I just got them damp and a bit too cool or something. By going off the main racing line. Hard to tell. Find out at the end of it straight, I guess. Shouldn't want to stop. Only 5 minutes to go.
Okay, Stevie, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
I just said that. I swear crew chief listens to me. And then repeats what I say. He'll probably talk about the gaps for guy in front now, but it's probably over a minute. It's not working out a gap now to me and Montero. Don't know why.
The blue flag is being waved.
Hopefully. Bird will get a good exit here and get past me on the straight. No. Lining up to go on the inside.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Too busy watching him, not enough watching the corner.
Car right.
Well, at least he's passed.
Right side's clear.
This has been one of those hateful races. Just glad to see the end of. We've got probably one more lap after this. And I heard the leader go across the line, but they're not too far in front, I think, Fernandez. Just 40 seconds or so. Probably now. Not even going to make the chicane now.
Right, man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Not making any corner now. Car's just drifting all over the show. Going into the last lap. Clearly not going to catch anybody.
Last lap.
And we're well clear behind, so we'll be in P15, which is pretty poor. It's not been a great race. Don't get into the wall. There's a good chance I'm going to. Yeah. Fuck. Lucky we didn't hit hard.
A very slight impact there. No harm done, it seems.
Definitely be glad to get to the end of this one. Not been fun. I think the tyres are absolutely had it.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Incident in turn 14. We think it might be Montero.
Heh. It's trying to give me a bit of bait before I get to the end.
The leader has finished the race.
Montero would have to stop and take the key out before I could get past him, finish ahead of him.
There's an incident in turn 1. It looks like Montero.
No, that's what's going on there. The Audi's in the pits. Unless it's recovered to the pits already, perhaps. Can get confused in the Audi with a couple of drivers in the pits. Thought for a moment I gained a place.
There's an incident in turn 1.
Oh, that was a horrible race.
Right, leader is
P15. There we go, it's over. Bring it back round.
lead lap.
Horrible. Oof. FNX there. That's interesting. Dux is listed twice. It indicates they maybe had some sort of disconnect. They had to rejoin the race. Wilson packed. I'd say Majewski packed. Yeah, it looks like in need of a team name packed as well because he never pitted. I don't think Hill finished either, so not amazing. Sunday, Bernard? What's on Sunday? I don't know if there's anything on Sunday. I guess there might be a social race. But we'll see. See if we can get a replay up and see what happened on the first lap. No, we won't. I know it'll save when it went to the pits, so that's okay. But I can't get to the first lap on here. Oh well, I'll have to see that offline. Right then. Well, thanks for watching. Obviously, next up, what's it done? GT3, I keep doing this. Season 5 of GT3 starts next week on Tuesday at Barcelona, Circuit de Catalunya. And then the rest of the season's up there. So I have entered. I don't know what tier I'm in yet. Who will have to suffer my videos at the end of every race. Or I should be in a Nissan GTR. But I'm not 100% certain yet because if Nins, who was my teammate on last season, has said he wants to pester me to death and be my teammate again. So I might have to change cars if that's the case because he wants to drive in the McLaren again like we did last season. We had a good time in the McLaren. Okay, right, that was horrific. So I will see you all next time, probably next Tuesday for the live stream. I shall get that listed up very soon. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed the race, even though I had a terrible time. Cheerio.